Hello everyone, this is Shubham, and in this video we will be solving one awesome challenge based on lookup values. So let us understand first and then we will be solving it. We have a data which has two columns, customer names and count, okay? And then we have another column which we need to fetch the values of all these customer names from the previous table, but these are not exactly same. So for example, if you see Rani International Private Limited, which is not exactly same like it is just written Rani International, right? Similarly, we have another name could be Austin Industries Private Limited, but here Austin Industries Private Limited is spelled very differently, as you can compare these two, right? Similarly, we have Vidrice Ceramics Limited, which we have Vigorous Ceramics Limited. So what happens if you use any reference function? For instance, you go, you can go with VLOOKUP or index match, that is traditional, or you can use XLOOKUP if you are using a latest version of Microsoft Excel. So let me give you the first demonstration with XLOOKUP. If we are able to fetch all these customers count from the previous table or now, okay, so this particular data is being converted into the table format and named as master DB. And this is also in table format named as data. Okay, so what I will do is we need to count and we need to fetch the values based on customer name. So I will be using XLOOKUP. First, the lookup value, then lookup array will be the column from the master DB table, customer names, then the return array will be the count column, again from the master DB table. And let's close the bracket. So what happens? We are unable to find the results from the table where the customer names were given because these are not exactly matching, right? So another thing we can do within the XLOOKUP is to use the wildcard searching. For instance, if I add static ampersand and again static at the end of my lookup value by using the ampersand sign nested, okay, and then I also need to add a value in match mode function argument that will be the 2 for wildcard character match. So when I press the enter key, now this time the wildcard search within the XLOOKUP was able to find some of the results very right. For example, Ronnie International is exactly somewhere in my previous table, might be on the left side or mid or right side, but that's exactly there. But if I write like Rani International as a short form, so now it will return the error because that's not exactly somewhere inside that particular cell, right? So some of the results are coming very, very rightly because that is exactly available in this particular column cells. Likewise, where plastic is available exactly on the left side there. So that's returning an output value using the wildcard search like this. But still we are not able to find some of the customer names values from the previous table. So now how to solve that? Now after applying this XLOOKUP with wildcard, we have another option available, that is Power Query, and we will be using fuzzy lookup there. Okay, so how to use that? Let's learn. So what I will do is I will go to the data tab and I will click on the from table range. That will open up Power Query editor. And we are not required to do any transformation. So we will definitely just click on close and load to this time. Don't click on close and load because we don't need to load the data. We will create a connection for this particular table first. So the window will appear and I will just click on only create connection. Okay. So this master DB is being as a connection only. We will make a connection for this execution table. So we will again do the same steps from the table or ring. We will click on close and load to and then only create connection. All right. Now we will go back to the Power Query editor window. And Here we will be using the feature called merge and queries, and we will be using merge as new. Okay. So this will open a dialog window. So at the very first master DB is selected, then we will select the data table. The customer names is the common column. So we will select these two columns. Now when I select this result, showing the selection matches 0 of 9 rows from the first table, because there are not exactly the same available. So what we will be using is we will be using join kind left outer, and we will also check mark using fuzzy matching to perform the merge. Now after applying a check mark on fuzzy matching, you can see the selection matches 2 of the 9 rows from the first table. What our requirement is to basically match all the rows. So we will open this fuzzy matching options, and in the similarity threshold we will write 0.01. So in the similarity threshold, as we wrote 0.01, you can see now the selection matches 9 of the 9 rows from the first table, and then maximum number of matches will be 1. Okay, and let's click on OK, and let's open customer names. Now you can move this to the left side. Now what you are seeing, that is basically the name from the previous master table, and then we have another table which is matching them very correctly, right? And the output are there. So if you want to retain these columns, you can. If you don't want this particular column, you can remove this because you got the outputs from the particular table, right? And you can click on close and load too, and you can select existing worksheet. Let's load somewhere here. Click OK, and that's it. You got all the values very correctly, right? Happens, for example, if in the master table, if I write like Excel with Shubham, and if I write like Excel with Shubham and let's say 50, and then if I write Excel with Shubham in short form and limited in short form as well, and then when I click on refresh, so see, Excel with Shubham limited is being correctly fetched that particular value from the master table. Although its spelling is not exactly matching, but it is still the result has been populated due to the fuzzy lookup in Power Query. Okay, so thank you.